So I'm using my beauty blender to work this product in. It's dry, and I never blend in concealer with a dry sponge, but I don't know what's happening. Today we are just jumping right into the makeup, but as we do, make sure you are subscribed with the bell notification on so you can be notified every single time I upload. Alright, so my lids are already primed. And ready to go. I decided to start with my eyes because I started this video once and I went with the eyes. I tried to use the BH palette. It didn't really work out. So I wanted it to be fun, vibrant, but still matte, but that didn't quite work out. So we're gonna be using the Young Wild and Cruelty Free palette. This is from Tarte. I also have my Urban Decay Born to Run palette here for like that neutral shade that I want to put on the lid. So I think we're gonna start with Oh Dear, which is this pink one. And I'm gonna put that in my crease. So I'm just gonna swirl my brush in there. Tap it off, and work this into my crease. Now I'm only gonna do one eye on camera with you guys. There's really no point of doing both. I mean, who wants to watch me go back and forth, tearing up my lids with the brush? Like, that's, no. I'm pretty sure you guys will get the general idea and concept with just doing one eye. So again, this shade is super pigmented. I love that. I love how there's just so much pigment in the shadow. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is called Qualified, and I'm gonna add that in my crease as well. More so the mid crease and outer corner area, not too far into my eye, just because I don't want to add darkness too close to the inner part of my eye. So I am going to tap this on the outer corner and then just kind of swirl this in. After the disaster I had trying to do this video for the first time, I just decided to do something super simple. Purple pink is kind of still summery. It's not as vibrant as I thought or wanted it to be, I should say. I just wasn't having any luck today. So I'm gonna grab a new brush. The brush I was using before is the M330. This is the JH32 and it's a clean brush. And since it's clean, I'm just gonna use this to blend out all the shadows. So it just kind of brings everything together and doesn't look choppy. That's what I like. I want to take just a little bit of this shade right here, this dark plummy purple in the Born to Run palette. It's called Hell Ride. I want to take a little bit of this and also add this to the very outer corner just for a little bit extra dimension to the eye and just to bring a little bit of darkness here. Now before we go in with the lid shadow, I do want to cut my crease a little bit, so I'm going to use my NARS concealer to do that. I'm going to try and do it with this brush that I like to use when I carve out my brows. So just kind of like halfway. And then I'm gonna take the Born to Run palette again, and I'm gonna use Weekender, which is like this matte tan kind of color. And I'm gonna use the M421 from Morphe. Tap my brush off, and I'm gonna pack that on there. And this shade is basically like the concealer shade. Then I want to blend the edges, so I'm flicking this shade out first. Then I'm gonna grab the brush we used for Hell Ride right here, and I'm gonna use this to blend out this outer edge area. I feel like when you create an all matte look, it really challenges you, and you can definitely see who has it and who doesn't, as far as like blending and stuff like that, because matte shadows are one of the hardest to work with. It's really easy to just add a shimmer somewhere in the mix, but when it's an all matte look, you really have to make sure you're blending correctly. I feel like I'm okay. I still need to work on my blending and things of that nature, but for the most part, I think I'm okay. So just taking another brush, I just really want it to be blended very nicely. For lashes today, we are going to be using the Nicole Guerrero lashes with Allure. I do not think they sell these in store anymore. I haven't seen them, and I hope you guys don't mind that I'm using these, but I really love them, and I try not to use them that often, which is why I still have them, because I've had them for a while. So I'm going to definitely pop these on my eyelids. So I'm going to get my lash ready to be put on my eyes by putting some glue on there. My band is a little dirty, so try and clean it a little bit. I do like to use the Duo glue. This is the one with the brush. I prefer the brush. I feel like it's easier to apply the glue with the brush versus using like the squeezy tube one. Let me know down in the comments down below what kind of glue. If you wear false lashes, what's your favorite glue to use? So while that glue gets a little tacky, I'm going to curl my lash. I always curl my lash before I put false lashes on, just so that way my lashes mesh with the falsies a lot better. So I'm just squeezing this. And then for mascara, I'm just going to use the NARS Climax mascara. I love this one. Normally I do that in a close-up mirror, closer than what this is, but yeah, I just used that one today. So it just still needs a little bit more time to get tacky. I'll blow on it a little bit just because it's my lash, and then we'll apply it. So now I'm going to apply my lash. I like to stick it in the middle first, then work with the outer corner, and then place it in the inner corner. And then I'll leave it like that, and I'll let it dry down just a little bit more, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll also push up on my lashes. That way they look more realistic and they're not on your eyes like this, they're standing up like this. So I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and then we'll come back and work on our base makeup. Now that both eyes are done, we can jump into the skin, and we are going to start off by priming. And of course, I'm gonna use, you guys already know, the Too Faced Hangover Primer. Wow, I said that really weird. Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's the Hangover RX, and you guys know I love this stuff. Even though we want to keep this look matte, we still want to keep the hydration underneath. I feel like this primer has proven to do a great job at sustaining the longevity of my makeup and making the application of the foundation so much better. So for foundation, it's a toss-up between the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Foundation. Drugstore, high-end. Also, I haven't really purchased the new shade in this that I want to get. It matches me, but I feel like I can find a better match. So because I use this, let's go in with this. So we're gonna use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and I still love this foundation. It's really good, and it's matte, so that's good. And it's a comfortable matte, not like a uncomfortable matte. So what I'm gonna do is just dot this on my face a little bit. Mainly dot it like on my problem areas especially, but still trying to cover majority of my face. I'm gonna put very little on my forehead. I've been trying not to put no foundation on my forehead. And you guys, it definitely works. You can't tell. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna blend it in with my Fenty sponge. Now I may or may not need to go in with just a little bit of a second layer in certain areas, but for the most part, you definitely get that full coverage. I can't remember if I liked it better with the brush or sponge. I think I said that it didn't matter, they looked the same at the end, but that review was so long ago. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Now we're gonna move on to concealer. And to conceal, I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I know we're going for a matte look, but we're gonna set it down so that it's matte, but I have been loving this. So I'm just gonna place this underneath my eyes. And even though like I have to dip back into the product, it's not like the Tarte Shape Tape where I can pretty much dip in one time and have enough. I still really like how small the applicator is because it just allows me to get a lot more precise. And then when I'm blending out my concealer, it's just like, it's a different effect and feeling. You know, I feel like it lays down super smooth. I'm gonna use my sponge again, and I'm using the opposite side from what I was using before to blend this in. I think this sponge is taking my foundation off. All right, Fenty. I'm scared now, you guys. I think I used this concealer and foundation combo the other day, and not with that sponge. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna get a different sponge. I was loving the Fenty sponge at first, but blending out this concealer, this sponge is just, it's not working for me. So I'm using my beauty blender to work this product in. It's dry, and I never blend in concealer with a dry sponge, but I don't know what's happening. I truly don't know what's happening. Definitely blending out better with this dry ass sponge. It didn't do this to me before, you guys. Like, I have done this makeup look, not the eyeshadow, but the base makeup, like the foundation with this concealer with the same products underneath it. Actually, you know what? I didn't put SPF on that day, and I put my SPF moisturizer on today. You think that's why? That's the only thing I did different, now that I think about it. Because I did this, like I used the foundation with this concealer before, just the other day, and it worked perfectly. And everything blended out nicely, so maybe it's not the Fenty sponge after all. Maybe it's just that SPF I put on. Okay, now it's time to set. I am going to use the Milk Makeup Translucent Medium Powder. I'm going to use this first, but I'm also going to use the Wet n Wild powder and translucent because you guys know I love that stuff. So I'm going to use this just to set everything down at first, and then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild powder to bake and to kind of set the rest of my face. So I'm just laying this powder down everywhere I put the concealer, basically the middle section of my face. And I have been enjoying this powder as well. It's supposed to also blur your pores. Now, I won't say I see a big difference as far as like blurring the pores as much as I do with the Wet n Wild one. Could be just me, but that doesn't mean that the powder isn't good, because I still genuinely love this powder as well. Now I'm gonna grab the Wet n Wild powder. I'm gonna tap very little into the lid. I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush. I'm gonna swirl it in the product, tap it off, and then I'm gonna dust this all over my face really fast, just to set everything else down and make it matte. Now I'm gonna take my other Morphe sponge. This one's actually just for powder, and I'm gonna bake with this. You know, I've been realizing that I've been doing a lot of like glowy skin kind of tutorials, but you know, in reality, not everybody wants glowy skin. So that's why I decided to do an all matte video or tutorial of me doing everything matte, from the base makeup to the eyeshadow and hopefully to the lip color. We'll say it has been a challenge, so this video has been a challenge. So while we let that bake a little bit, we're going to bronze up our cheeks, and I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Island King. If I can open it, I always have trouble, but this one right here to bronze up our skin. And I went back to that Moda brush that I used to use before for bronzer. So that's what we're gonna use today, just to bronze up our skin a little bit. I feel like, I don't know, because I'm so tan, it doesn't make that big of a difference on my skin, this bronzer. Definitely can see it more when I'm in my lighter shades. So just gonna run that everywhere. And then I'm gonna use the Hoola Benefit for my nose. You guys know this. I'm just gonna use the brush that's in here at first. Then I'm gonna grab a little eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna grab this brush. This is the e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm just gonna use this just to kind of blend out the concealer. No, the contour. This is the Hoola Benefit. I am a hot mess today in this video, and normally sometimes I'll just like repeat myself or redo it or whatever, try to do something to where you guys, I can cut this like craziness out and you guys don't have to deal with that. But today I think I'm just gonna leave a lot of this in because it's been one heck of a ride doing this makeup. All right, so now we are going to blush up our cheeks a little bit. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Color Iconic Blush, and this is in Keep It Peachy, and it's a matte orange blush. And even though we got like purple pink tones going on, I still want a nice peachy tone for my blush. So I'm gonna use this. And of course you can't forget to put a little bit on your nose. So since we have purple on the top lid, I think I'm gonna tight line with this purple shade right here and then kind of blend out with the lighter blue over here. So wish me luck, because I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we shall see. So I'm gonna grab this darker purple and I'm gonna push that up against the waterline. And this purple is definitely more vibrant than the purple we have at the top. That's pretty. I feel like I'm gonna mess it up if I put the blue. Okay, we're just gonna do the purple. Give my bottom lashes a little coat of mascara with the same one that we use at the top, the NARS. So now for highlight, like I said, we're gonna use this kind of in a way. Let's see. Just gonna use this little Luxie brush, dip into there. I'm gonna start by putting it in my inner corners. So it's matte, but it's still brightening. And that's what I like about it. Put a little bit on my nose. Just a little bit, bridge of my nose. Up the lip. And we can't forget the brows. I am gonna try and use this brush right here and dip into that powder just a little bit, tap it off, and then use it. Just a little something. Nothing too crazy. So that's our highlight. And of course we gotta spray our base down. I am gonna be using the Urban Decay De-Slick All-Nighter because I do want this to stay in place. Okay guys, so this is the finished and final look. Everything is matte, from the eyes to the lips to the base makeup, everything. This was a challenge, okay? I don't know why, but it was. But we're here, we finished, and I'm pretty happy with the way everything came out. The ending result was worth all that trouble. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you loved it. Definitely make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I love you guys so much, and I see all you new people out there. Thank you so much for joining the family. As always, if you guys have any video suggestions or anything like that, you can definitely leave it in the comment section down below. I'm here to listen, give you guys what you want on top of, you know, my own creative thoughts and ideas, but I still want to put out content that you guys want to see. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys super soon in the next video or vlog, whichever one comes first.